Hello, I'm Maria Nemeth. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist and a master certified coach, and I want to welcome you to this 3-segment series on coaching. In order to start this, though, I want to ask you a question. Would it be all right with you if life got easier? Now, don't answer that question too quickly, because sometimes we think that in order to be successful, we have to struggle. And if things get too easy, as some of us are waiting for the other shoe to drop. But let's look at that question a little more deeply. Are you at a transition point in your life and you don't know where to go? Maybe you've just retired from one profession and you're looking at how to become involved in this next part of your life. Are you someone who's a manager and maybe you have a team that wants to get a project off the ground, but you're having trouble motivating them, saying the right words? You don't know quite what to do. Are you an entrepreneur and you know that you need to make contact with people, you need to create a sense of trust, and it's very difficult for you to do that right now for some reason or other? Are you a homemaker and you just want to have a project that warms your heart and nurtures your spirit and maybe contributes to your family? Are you someone who is overworked, overtired, and overwhelmed? If you fall into any or most of these categories, coaching just might be the right thing for you. A coach is someone who supports you to be successful in whatever it is you want to do in life. A coach helps you create and then step into the life you were meant to live. Coaching is very different from psychotherapy. In psychotherapy, we might look at dilemmas, problems, issues, crises that a person goes through in the normal course of living. So that the language that's used in psychotherapy has to do with healing. Whereas a coach is not someone who's going to help you with those issues, but is here to have you look at particular dreams and goals that you want to accomplish, that maybe you are waiting until you have enough time or money to do it. So you see, both of these professions are very different, and I can tell because as a licensed clinical psychologist and a master certified coach, I've been on, shall we say, both sides of the aisle. A coach is someone who believes in you and will not give up on you when you are tempted to give up on yourself. And sometimes that is the reason why we don't get our projects done, we don't get our goals accomplished, because somehow we begin to give up on ourselves. I'm going to talk about that more in the next section. However, for you right now, looking at where am I making my life more difficult than it needs to be? Where have I put my goals and dreams away for later? Is it now time for me to turn and really accomplish what it is that I've come in my lifetime to accomplish? Whether it's for my family, my community, my colleagues. So coaching is a profession that's proactive, that's very optimistic, and that focuses on your skill sets. You know, if you are not successful in a particular project, it may very well be that there's nothing wrong with you or the project, but you just don't have a skill set that you need in order to get it. Let me give you an example. Suppose that you go to a car lot and you buy the car of your dreams. There it is, you get behind the wheel, you turn on the ignition. There's only one problem. You don't know how to drive. So as you go outside of the car lot, you start bumping into cars and fire hydrants and making a mess of this car. And you see people on the highway next to you driving along so happily, listening to their book tapes or whatever. And you say to yourself, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with the car? A coach, and coaching in general, focuses on the fact that nothing is wrong. All you need are some skill sets. Just like learning to drive a car, learning to write a book, learning to be the best manager ever, learning how to establish relationship with potential customers, learning how to go for a particular dream, a project you want to start in your community. All it usually takes is just a little bit of attention to some skill sets that you want to develop in order to make this happen. So coaching is perfect if you're at one of the places that I've described. In our next segment, I'm going to be talking with you in detail about what a coach actually does. And in our third segment, I'll talk to you about how to find a coach and what to ask your coach about when you finally do think of hiring one. But for right now, thank you for tuning in to this segment. See you in part 2.